Farming is a long-term game for long-term gains. We've been going a few years now, and it's been quite amazing. We still have a couple to go before we get what we really want. Check this to see what guides us. Ready? Today, I take you through the nitty-gritty of what we did, what we are doing, and everything that has led us to where we are now. I actually made this clip a whole year ago, but because I felt it was too long, I cut it into chips and chops.
I included a fifth that I called a business start step because I didn't want to get lost in these four outside the ring, because sometimes you can be busy with school and even fail to do what brought you.
If this is too long for you, watch the very first link in the video description for the shorter version. But it would be cool if you watched the entire clip because it details the entire farm journey. But not only that, also what we hope to do. Here is the question. At the end of the clip, guess which semester are we right now?
So the business start steps were specific items aimed at ensuring something is being done on starting the business. So now we can start with year one, which had the theme of defining the business that I wanted to start, semester one. Now, just a quick outline of how the action points were actually laid out. So for year one, I was supposed to develop first a game plan for the whole first year, and I thought I should do that in 1 week.
The game plan is a series of well-organized action items, practical things that are completed per semester with an aim of ensuring that by the end of the farming studies, I have a thriving farming enterprise as my graduation certificate.
Then I was meant to develop a selection criteria for the desired business. I thought that would take 4 weeks. I did develop this, and I'll share it with you in a separate video. Then complete a business plan for the selected business. Now we start the recurrent topics. So for the financial management skills, I was meant to develop a tool to monitor my daily personal expenses and income, and then monitor those expenses for that entire semester. It could be 6 months, about 24 weeks, and the aim initially was to save at least 1 million per month. Then basic business skills, I was meant to attend a business training on how to start a business. Then for school fees, to get money, because I didn't have a job, the action items here were to look for adverts and call everyone that I could call on available job openings so that I get at least one full-time job. But since I didn't have a job at the time, I thought I could add value to myself by doing online trainings. Then when I failed to get a job in COVID, I tried to volunteer.
But if you watch the earlier videos, you know how that ended.
I'll link that in the video description. I only had one business start step for year one, semester one. Moving to semester two of year one, we still had some recurrent topics. At this point, I've been using the tool for 6 months. I could now review it and also review my budget. I thought I should at this point double my savings. And since I have developed a personal tool and I am now familiar with the business I want to start, I needed to develop a tool early enough for the farm as well. Then watch YouTube videos on the chosen venture, read articles, guidelines on chosen venture, but also not only do online things, I had to get my feet on the ground and visit people doing the farming that I was interested in doing. So, school fees.
My performance at work was included in my farming studies because I needed money from work to facilitate my learning.
But that was one job, and by this time I'd actually gotten a job, a full-time job. However, my financial tool and my saving targets dictated that I needed to get another job.
The business start step for semester 2 year 1 was simple. Buy land.
We got to year 2, semester 1. The actual action item was to complete a farm blueprint with timelines and an expansion strategy for potential additional ventures. For financial management skills, I was again meant to keep monitoring my expenses and saving some money And then for business skills, I was meant to watch YouTube.
YouTube is the new university. It's where we all learn from.
And then I was meant to keep reading online and keep visiting farms. Then make my bosses happy. At this point, I needed to have one full-time job and one part-time job.
And then the business start steps. Construct a farmhouse and start a cash crop.
But in the meantime, to also grow crops, maize, beans, soya, cassava. I know
these are obvious for farming communities, but because I knew nothing about farming, I needed to try this out so that I built some muscle before trying out the cash crop.
So moving to semester 2 of year 2, I still had the recurrent topics. However, I did introduce at this point to learn video editing and YouTubing. Alright, we can go to the business start steps. For year 2, semester 2, I was meant to build a rabbit rearing house, to start beekeeping. And before the rabbits come, I could first grow their forage and then continue growing the seasonal crops. Now, as a finalist of semester 1, kept doing the financial management skills and business skills, human resource system, school fees, and leadership opportunities, but importantly, the business start steps. Yeah, there you have it. Start the YouTube channel. And finally, semester 2 of year 3. We didn't have very many things. However, there were some critical business start steps, and these were awesome. 1 was to get a water source. 2 was for me to do research on all the things that I was doing and explore expansion ideas. And importantly, I realized at this point I needed more money than I could earn or save. So I thought I could apply for a grant.
Wow, I'm glad you stuck with me to the end. Right now you should be in position to answer which semester we are at. Put it in the comment section. If you're still not sure, don't worry. I'll be sharing a farm tour shortly, and that may inform you even better. But for now, first throw in your guess. See you!